Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to another Last Epoch dev stream. As usual, I'm your host, Mike. Hello, how's it going, everybody? Oh, it's been a minute. Oh, we're feeling good, though. We're feeling very good. If this is your first time here, welcome. Glad to have you with us. You may notice a slight change behind me if it's not your first time here. So yeah, We'll get some welcome back from the Bahamas. Oh, I wish I was in the Bahamas. Oh, that would have been incredible. No, so main reason why I was off was I was moving, not a vacation, but it was using vacation time, so kinda. But yes, so we're in a new place and still setting up the background. I did this frantically in the last hour. The sign is still here. That was a mistake. The sign is still here, and it will be going back up. I just have to figure out exactly how. I was trying to do it just in the hour before this, and realized the studs weren't where I expected them, and I didn't have anchors. So we're making do, but I did find in the move, I found the Master Sword. Yeah, we found it. Thank you very much for the reset, Mr. Flibble. 28 months, that is huge. If you don't know, we stream for charity. It's above my head, Child's Play. So all the stuff that comes in from charity goes to them. If you have a question you'd like me to answer, please put Last Epoch game in the question, and I will do my best to answer it. It's probably gonna be a little bit slower stream today, and that's okay. So I might be able to just keep an eye on chat a little bit better than normal, which is nice. I don't know what else about all the upkeep, about all the housekeeping. Yeah. So I did in preparation of the stream, I did spend some time playing while I was off. And so we do have some new toys. We made a new Eye of Reen, 2LP Eye of Reen, so it's a little bit of an upgrade there. Hit a nice corruption, not the best, but still nice. We've also got we got Spy. Thanks to 29 months reset. That's awesome. I guess I need to stream more consistently. No, we're back, and we are back on the regular train. What else did I get? Oh yeah, upgraded my amulet. This one's pretty. I kind of spent a lot of money on this one. I did not find it. Yeah. So there's an Omni. That's kind of ridiculous. We still got to find something to slam into it. I think we're just putting health in it. And also redid the chest. I'm too scared to corrupt it. But yes, the huge amount of ward gain when you create a shadow now is a big upgrade on my defenses. We're looking for a little bit better version of this still, but for the most part, we're happy. Yeah, the big upgrades we're looking for is gloves. Right now, our gloves are basically the only two functional stats of the last two. Everything else is kind of whatever. The armor shred's nice, I guess. So we're looking to upgrade the gloves. That's our big thing. We're looking to get a second one of these so I can corrupt it, because I don't want to corrupt it without a backup. And we're looking for an amulet for this. We're also looking for some more better mana efficiency with synchronized strike idols to go in here. Yeah. So that's where our build is. We've updated. We are now in a Dancing Strikes Shadow Kiss. I don't know. I think I did this at the very end of the last stream, or did this in the middle of the last stream. But we're smooth now. We've got everything dialed in. We'll do an Echo, and then I'm gonna do Aberroth. And then we're going to push corruption as high as we can right now today, basically. We're just going to push corruption up. And my goal is... do I have one more stream in... Yeah, I have one more stream. So before we hit August, my goal is Uber. Which I think we're there. I think we're basically there. This is like, we may even be able to be there right now. But we're gonna see how high we can push corruption today. And we're gonna try Uber next stream. I think that's the goal. We're hyper mobile today, which is nice. I'm got the hang of everything. This. Oh, 2 LP Jaspers. We'll take it. And it's not credible. I really should just be burning through these as fast as we can so we can get the corruption up right now. All right. Let's get into some questions. Because we got some. Woohoo. Will we ever get a melee shaman? Yeah, I think so. Shaman's kind of a dual purpose class, or almost a tri-purpose class. It's got a lot of themes running through it. So there are some things pushing and pulling it in different directions. Totems is kind of one of its primary touchstones. So totems being an enabler for melee and spells and minions. Totems themselves being minions. I think it really puts Shaman in a minion centric place. But with good melee support, because it is in a class that does do melee quite well in general. So I don't know if we're like really pushing the melee shaman aesthetic hard, but it is something that we do want to support. So like anytime there's room to put abilities in that can synergize with melee for shaman, or can have the shaman melee ability synergize with each other, we do look for those. Let's go do an Aberroth real quick. No big deal, right? Because you get the most of the melee shaman's builds are designed to be used with like a minion setup or a spell setup to like go with it to complement it. A pure melee shaman, it's unlikely to really be something that's going to pop off. You can definitely do it, but like no spell triggering. Basically, all the shaman melee skills trigger spells. And most of them have minion synergy too. So you're in either one of those two things a little bit, I think. We gotta make sure they're in the arena. And we don't have culling directly, but we've got like this, which is kind of like culling. No, not that one. I don't remember where it is. We'll find it after. Well, that went well. Yeah, we can do Aberroth again. We did it once the marksman, but that was way easier. Oh my goodness. Yeah, get some needles. We're gonna crank up our corruption here as fast as we can. 590, that was probably the one I was in because it was the highest to start with. Is the game world of LE influenced by the Pathfinder RPG? Ooh, do I know if Kyle played Pathfinder or not? I would say there's probably like very minor influences, just because there's lots of people that work on the game and some people have played Pathfinder. Pathfinder's the tabletop RPG that I started with, actually. I think this is the better one to take, weirdly enough. You don't need that to fix our lightning. We actually don't need this anymore, like at all, for our beads, but we can put something better there. Yeah, Pathfinder's. I really do like Pathfinder a lot. And I know that there is some like nodes on things and like sometimes names for things that I'm sure have been influenced by it, because you just play things like that, and the terminology and the the language seeps in. I wouldn't say there's a significant influence, like more so than any other of the just like incidental influences there are from games we've all played. Yeah, we don't really need that stuff. All right, so we just do it again and just put the gaze as high as we can to auto trigger it, or do we push out a little bit farther? Let's just go. We gotta get that corruption up higher. Necessary. Oh no, I got stuck. Will last Epoch Orbis have full crossplay support between PC and PlayStation when the expansion launches? I don't know. This is something that was asked last week, actually. This is something that I would love to have. And I think I think what I said last week was, as long as we're allowed to and we can, we want to. So the only reason we wouldn't is if there's like a blocker directly from like the PlayStation's like, no, you can't do that. Or if there was some reason why like the technology doesn't let us do it. I don't know of anything like that. But because we already have, I guess what I'm trying to say is there's no game design blocker for it. We already have people playing in the same environment on controller and keyboard and mouse. And so there's no like, hey, this is a like an unfair advantage or something, so you can't play in the same environment. Like that concern isn't there for us. So as long as we're allowed to, and as long as we can, I'm all for it. The big thing I could see being an issue is like friends list compatibility. So having those link in together, that seems like a solvable problem to me, but I really don't know enough to give a hard answer on that. That's the sort of thing as well. Like if there was a tech blocker for it, I would definitely prioritize trying to fix it if possible. That would hurt. Not at all. We like. Because yeah, I don't know about you guys, but like, I always have those like, maybe one friend who only plays console or only plays PC. I would be the one only playing PC usually. Where like my friends are all playing. The example that I always have is like my friends were playing Halo and I had a PC and I couldn't play with them. And it was a little sad. You know, it's nice to play together. And I hope we can make that happen, but there could be a rule that I don't know about. There's all sorts of weird little rules like that we've learned about since starting this process. Sometimes it's something like really innocuous. Sometimes it's something bigger, like memory budget requirements at like startup and max growth and things like that. Which is really good for us to take a look at and really scrutinize and improve as much as possible. Well, you know what? Let's try my own window. Just no problem, eh? Oh yeah, eh? That was wild. I'm having such a hard time controlling it even. I really got to get used to this for playing with fighting Uber. In board we make a shadow, you do want that one. The rest of it doesn't work though. Oh, whoops. What am I doing? supposed to be getting a shade up this because it's too easy. Or I die. That small charm on. What is this? One of the jungle queens? We're not using that anymore, but it's still on our loot filter from our last build. So I didn't clean up the loot filter. I really want to try and get more havocs because like I tried to make some swords. I almost used my 3 LP ivory. I almost used it, but the sword I was trying to use to I was trying to craft a sword to, it didn't sell by the way. I was trying to craft a sword good enough to use on it, and I just burned all of my havocs. I was like, all I need to do is havoc one thing into this location, and it wouldn't do it. I went through 12 havocs. Burned all the fortune potential on the item. I was like, okay, I guess that's it. So I put it back up on the market cheaper. Hope it's selling. All right. After all the community demands / complaints, will EHG allow us to move with skills passive panel open up? At least as a toggle. This is an interesting one. I don't know right now, but I do think it is one of those things that probably doesn't need to be the way it is. I don't think there's like a I don't think there's like a gameplay restriction reason why it needs to be like that. This may have been one of those like this may have been an attempt to solve something else, sort of thing. And so we may not have a way to solve that something else without while it still is like sort of thing. Kind of my guess as to what's happening. Should we just go do another one really quick and see how high we can push it? Where are we at? 460? Yeah. Going up. I don't want to do it as a toggle. Here's why. The settings menu is kind of bloated. I would much rather it be just able to happen. I'd rather fix whatever dependency was caused it to be this way and just make it be possible again. I don't think this can go any higher, can it? We are also looking for a woven echo that I'm blanking on the name of right now. Completely. That one. I'm looking for Confluence of Oblivion. Would you looky there? Oh, that doesn't work, does it? It only does one. It's the same as doing just one of them, right? Do that because that's just cool. Where is we gotta do an echo, right? Let's do an echo that can spawn something. This one has a space. Did you see that Stargate might be back? Oh my god, let's go! From what I've seen, oh, distraction, flag on the play. That is a 63-month sub. Wow. I found it just for you. The only problem with this, I was mucking about as you do with a sword, right? Thank you, Master Sword, by the way. It's wonderful. Glad you're still here. This, I don't know if this is the way it is in game or not, but this spike right here, it's hard to see. Digs right into your hand. And I was like, you know, trying to swing it around. Empty house, you know, no furniture to break. And yeah, I gouged my hand pretty hard. It hurt. We'll have to get a better one. Right? How that works. I've got to make a friend who's a blacksmith. That's what I've got to do. Or I've got to convince one of my friends to get into blacksmithing. Not actually seriously going to do either one of those things. The wife did get weirdly into Forged in Fire for a while there. And there was a small part of me that was like, maybe I'll do it. That would be cool. I can't do it. You also could become a blacksmith. Yeah, I considered that. With my tons of free time. It would be very cool. Ooh, it was a nemesis. Missed it. Power? We need an egg going. I don't know why I'm powered to that. Alright. You see the Stargate might be back? Oh my god, let's go! Okay. From what I understand, it's not actually back. There was an article, and like you're gonna have to go like check out Dial the Gate or like one of the podcasts that actually follows this properly. So I've been kind of like, I've been watching it enough that like, you know, you sign the petitions and the YouTube algorithm like is like, you want to watch a Stargate video? I'm like, yeah, I'll watch a Stargate video every couple days. And from what I understand is there was a misinterpretation of some reworded information on an article from a secondary site or something like that. And it actually was talking about a different IP entirely. A different sci-fi IP being like resurrected, and I can't remember what it was now. One that I never got into as a kid. So I don't think it's, unless this is like something's happened in the last 24 hours. Please tell me I'm wrong. But I haven't heard anything in the last 24 hours of like, other than that it was a mistake. It was supposed to be like some meeting at Amazon, and like people are like hoping that MGM buys it or hoping that Netflix buys it, and like, yeah, I don't know what happened. Anyways, I really want it to come back. Ooh, is that a Trader's Tongue? That's gonna be a Trader's Tongue, isn't it? Oh, 1 LP Trader's Tongue. We'll take those. We will take those. That is enough that I will corrupt my main one now. Oh, hey! Look at you! What's going on? Like, we didn't increase corruption that much. Why are we suddenly finding all this awesome stuff? Okay, we got some crafting to do. We are going to craft on those gloves, and we are going to craft on that dagger. And we are going to get stuck in the wall. Cool, cool, cool. At least we finished the echo chain, I guess. That's not frustrating at all. Okay, we're gonna reset anyways. It doesn't matter at all. Okay. First things first. How's my trip to the Bahamas? I did not go to the Bahamas. I wish I went to the Bahamas. I was supposed to get on a plane, and the weather did prevent me from doing so. That was the second week that I was out. Last week I was supposed to be on a plane. Oh, dang it. I'm just gonna leave. There's a last second thing. Okay, yeah, this is fine. This is fine. Ever since the acquisition by Krafton, there have been a noticeable decline in communication with the community, along with delays in releasing seasons that deliver a meaningful amount of new content. Is the team concerned that these issues are causing a significant number of players to leave Last Epoch for other ARPGs? If so, what steps are being taken to rebuild player confidence and retain the community going forward? Oh, how many hours we got left in the stream? Okay, what can we go through here? This is a big one. I mean, so first off, yes, every time there's a shift, like downward trend in player counts, we take notice and we look at what we can do to make it to fix it, to improve it, bring it back. Right now, we are in the middle of working with a new publishing team in Krafton. We're like just starting this all up. Which is part of the reason why there hasn't been anything like right now is because we're kind of in the middle of that transition. Where did we go to? 706. Come on, go faster. I guess I could have just done the math. And so we're still kind of figuring out exactly what our new procedures are going to look like, and what we want to do when. So we're laying out exactly how it's going to work from going forward. I would say that the last two seasons have been basically entirely our own, like left to do whatever we want sort of thing. And this is the first time we're getting help on a publishing front from anyone really. And so we're gonna see like what happens with that. I think it's gonna be really positive. I think they've got a lot more experience with this than we do. I think we're gonna see a lot of really positive changes. But there's a little bit of a lull while we're still getting everything sorted out. Is that really what people want right now, immediately today? No, and I'm sorry. I would love to be able to show you exactly what we've got cooking. I think that I think season 5 is going to be really great. I think, you know, maybe I'm the infinite optimist when it comes to our content because I just love it. But I have faith that it'll really do some heavy lifting here. CT builds have been going really well. I think a new CT build went out this morning. The new skills for the CTs have been very well received so far. That's really good. What else was in that question? I guess I should get back onto the question instead of just like meandering into what I'm excited about. I think meaningful amount of new content. Let's talk about that. I think the season 5 mechanic is a better representation of the style of endgame content that players are more hungry for, and is sort of the first step in the right direction for it, I think. In the sense that it has a little bit of its own self-contained mechanics to it. and it is something that we are designing for the future. So we've been looking at seasons, season 7 and season 8 content and what that's going to look like. Season 6, what that's going to be is pretty well locked down already. I really want to do something with these mages. I think they are a vestigial mechanic that needs to be fleshed out. I did the echo. We're good. Okay. Another one of these. Let's go up. We're going to 4 digits today, at least. Okay, and most. We're not going to 5 digits. That'd be insane. I got smote. Wow, did not expect that. Didn't get as much because of it. I don't think. Maybe. Let's go. Probably burned some of the stuff. Likely what happened, I think. Oh. Doing the wrong stuff. Can't wait to fix this. What steps? Okay, let me finish this question. So, what steps are being taken to rebuild player confidence and retain the community going forward? I think it's going to be a lot of like what happens with season 5's launch. Yes, there's a little bit of a lull here, and I don't have anything to really present as a, hey, this is cool new stuff that I can show you right now. But we are really, one of the things that we've been really working for is a consistent strategy of like this is what's coming, this is what's coming, this is what's coming. And having something laid out that we know is able to can go up 1%. Having things picked out. I think part of the one thing that I really want to do is having things picked out really, really far in advance that we know are going to be like information to keep bringing out. My goal. What I'm asking for anyways. And 10 should be enough. I think it's 10. Might be 12. We'll be able to share the same Steam account with PSN. I mean, play with the same character in PC and then resume on the console. Yeah, this is another half of the like, I'm not sure. We have no reason to stop you from our end, from like a design perspective. And I really hope it works. This is possible that it is possible this is something that the game dev team already knows if it's possible or not. You should ask them. Who would I ask about that? Unfortunate. I am. Well, so I don't know if this is the right person to ask even, but we will find out. Okay, so we might need more ward generation. I might be pushing this a little, maybe flying a little too close to the sun here. I just need to be more careful. This is also why I've still got a slot left open on my amulet. So I'm still deciding what I'm going to put there. I think it's going to be health, because we are really low on health. Let me put health on the amulet, because damage is not the issue. We're good on damage. The other option is some sort of like ward generation, retention combination.
He has watched you die.
Right. Nope. One day we'll get paused into this game. One day, I believe. Sadly, today is not that day. Right. What do we have to go in here? Do we have anything to go in here, really? Not really. Let's put a world splitter in there. Sure. I feel like I had something to go in these, and I can't remember what it is now. Oh, those gloves. Oh, we were gonna craft those gloves. I hope I didn't put them somewhere silly. I probably put them somewhere silly. Knowing me, I put them somewhere silly. Since Mage has 5 spells on the basic middle row spellblade, can we expect all classes, subclasses to get this? Basic, no. Okay. Sorry. I understand what this question is. Got it. It's just that you're saying this row here that just happens to line up with the spellblade row here. They're not related to each other. It's a base mage skill. When they got frost claws, they're like extra skill. I would say that you can expect classes to get more skills in general. I think they can show up anywhere. I think that you'll see the next skills you'll see for existing classes and masteries will all be the missing 3 mastery skills over the next patches. You'll see those flesh out, and we'll have all of those. So like you'll see the 5th skill for each mastery before you see any other new skills show up. And then who knows? Then maybe a new mastery will show up. Maybe a new base class will show up. New mastery will show up first. Maybe a new maybe new skills will show up here. That's definitely an option. Maybe they come down here as well. Like it's a blank canvas for us. Not really blank, but it's an open canvas for us. And we're ready to add more mastery skills. Maybe, they can go anywhere. They don't need to all be symmetrical. We've kind of built them to be symmetrical because I think there's this feeling of fairness that comes with having them all be the same, where it's I play a rogue, and therefore I have one fewer classes, one fewer abilities than mage, and it feels bad. It's yeah, okay, it's not really that big of a difference when you can only take 5 of them, and we're up to quite a few now. When we were down at half the number of total skills, it was a pretty big deal. With there being a lopsided number of skills, and for a while the rogue was really far behind. Rogue's got a lot lately. Okay, so I did ask someone and about the crossplay stuff, and it's a very large answer, and I don't know how much of it I can actually say out loud. But it is something we're looking. I'll say this: it's something we're definitely looking into. and it's not 100% good news, and it's actually pretty good news, but it's not 100% good news. And that might be it's not 100% good news yet. But it is generally good news. Okay, where did those gloves go? Shadow? They'd be purple, I think. Yeah, here they are. Okay. These are cool gloves. They're not amazing, but they're still cool. I think what we need to do first is we need to rune of removal them to try and get an open prefix, to try and get attack speed on them. Because we need two things. We need this. We need Lich's Envy. Totally knew the name of before I looked at it. Which is a prefix, which I also totally knew. So we need to removal this twice, basically, to try and get attack speed onto here. And then we need to, yeah, let's just start there. Okay, sweet. I think we just do it again and just hope we get this one, because we need to get two prefixes on there, right? Because attack speed is also a prefix. Archer. Speed, melee attack speed, also prefix. Yeah, okay, so let's just removal it again. Okay, well, no, they're way worse. All right, it's great, it's fine. Yep. It's like almost actually as good. The worst part. Hey, all the values are maximized. Okay, that's funny. I kind of want to wear it just as a joke, but I'm not quite that desperate. Is max values the best of this? Probably, yeah, because the damage used by shadow is just so good for us, I think. And the chance to create, yeah. So if we got really high rolls base, we could do that, but it's not. Okay. We'll find another one. It'll happen. It would be great being able to spec more meaningfully into arenas. Yeah, I think I agree with that now. The current Weaver Tree nodes require quite a lot of investment, but then not a lot of nodes spawn, specifically with the introduction of chains. Good point. Are there any plans to address this somehow, maybe through adding arena chains? Arena chains would be cool. What is the reason why you don't do that? I like that idea. We don't do that? This is one of those things that I'm kind of like, I feel like there was a reason why we don't do that, but I don't remember what it is. Like training for fighting Uber. So we got to get to 1K corruption to be like, we got a shot at this, right? That's the minimum benchmark. I think we were at 1300 last time before we were even like giving it a shot on the Beastmaster last season. Oh, hello, Zarek. Zarek's like monster form needs a rework. I think that's one of those like models. Someone asked, like it was like a month and a half ago, about like things that I'd want to refresh because they're just like getting old. Zarek's monster model. How soon can we expect a template system for stash so we don't have to rebuild it every season? Eh, yeah. I really want to be able to answer this question like something coy, like sooner than you think, but I'm not 100% confident that's true yet. Definitely working on it. Definitely working on it. This might be an LEO thing. Womp womp. Ooh, we should look for a dagger, just like a max fire damage dagger. I actually wonder how much a 2LP Trader's Tongue is. Might not even be that much. I do want to corrupt that dagger. There's always a chance you get something great. But I can't contain myself. Alright, the recent change to make only our character stop moving while any screen-wide panels are open made the experience of leveling quite unpleasant. Is there any chance for settling for a setting to make it like it was before? This is what I was talking about earlier. I'd really prefer to not make it a setting, and I'd really prefer to just make it possible again. I'm not 100% sure why the change happened. I think it was possibly either an accident or B, a dependency to fix something else. And either way, I'd like to it's on my list of things to figure out why. I don't know if it's I don't know if there is a use case that it's meaningfully benefiting people with. Like, here's a question for any of you that may know. Is there a player group that I'm forgetting about that this is a good thing for? Oops, that was weird. Controller. Does it really help controller play? I mean, if that's all it is, I feel like we just make it only happen when controller mode's enabled, right? So in Discord, you said that the team is already working on season 6 and 7. Yes, this is exciting to hear. Does this mean that season 5 is done, ready to go? I think. Well, thanks for follow. Sweet, yeah, follow. Cool. I think what I actually said in Discord that got people excited was that we're working on season 7 and 8. Because we are already working on season 7 and 8. But does this mean that season 5 is done and ready to go? It's not done. It is like CTs have it. Like all the major features are in and functional. We're in like bug fixing and stuff like that. But that could take a while. That could take quite a while. We're really trying to take our time and make quality a priority on this. And if a system needs to change, a system needs to change. And you know, having this come out and be a solid release where it's like there's a noticeable reduction in bugs, it's like a noticeable improvement in gameplay quality, you know, all that's really important. Do we just do another one? look different there? That's weird. I love how fast Hero dies here.
I did what I must to protect my.
But yeah, we're really I think this is the first time we've really been in a good like pipeline situation. Oh, which is the higher 55? Oh, I don't know. Replace it. Why not, right? This is the first time we've really been in a good place of like working really far ahead, where the like art team's already making assets for the stuff that's like coming out significantly far ahead. And where we're like already working on design and like prototyping things for stuff that's pretty far ahead. And you know, I think we're going to end up with a lot better products going forward as far as like gameplay functions and systems that actually don't require as much. You know, I think there's been quite a few systems we've put in that have been really good and then become great like 1 or 2 seasons later, after we've kind of like done the second version of them. And I think coming up here, this is going to be one of, I think this is going to be the next version of that I'm talking about, is Circle of Fortune Merchants Guild. I think they were really, really good when we first put them in. And I think that the mistakes we made with them are really showing themselves right now. And I think we've got a lot of really great stuff coming for both of these. I don't want to say fix them, because they're not really broken. They just could be better. And I think the gameplay around like how you interact with both of them, like really the goals and what they're accomplishing, they do really well. How they get there is not as awesome as it needs to be. So the way you interact with the Merchant's Guild, the bazaar, the way you like search for things, the way you sell things, the way you progress through your journey through the Merchant's Guild and get new things to unlock. What you get when you unlock, all those things need to change, which is kind of the entire experience, other than the core underlying you can buy and sell gear. And then Circle of Fortune, you know, what you're spending your favor on, how frequently you're going back to the observatory, what you're doing when you're interacting in the observatory, how much RNG there is, how much you're able to control what you're actually looking for, like what you're able to target, like how much randomization is there, how much time you're spending to manipulate that randomization. You know, how you're earning favor, how you're spending favor, all these things need to change, which is kind of everything other than the core underlying system of what do, like, you want to find more gear and you want to be able to influence the gear you find. Bit of a tangent. All right. Can you make the affixes that are locked behind corruption more accessible instead of pure RNG? Like, technically, can we do it? Is it possible? Yes, it is possible. It's probably not something that we're gonna do. I'd say there's a world where there's like certain versions of them, maybe like lower tier versions could be available through a more deterministic means. I could see that, where you could like get a T1 sealed on it somehow, or you could like a rune of negative influence of corruption, you know, just like, it's not great, it's I don't know how to say it, and it like, or a glyph of influence or something, and it can take a tier 1 affix and change it into, or if you're putting on a fresh affix, you can make it seal that affix into a corrupted version of something different. I don't know. Like every affix has a corrupted variant or something. That doesn't actually work because you too much of a reference lookup to find the one you're looking for. But anyways, point is, I could see some possibly way like that happening. We don't have anything like that planned. But the whole idea of getting like really, really big versions of the affixes and like hitting the jackpot of, oh, I rolled into this and it's amazing. Unlikely to change, I don't think. Maybe some method of like seeing what it's going to be before it happens.
I cannot be contained. I must
or like forcing it, like maybe some like really expensive item that forces it to be from a specific subset of pools or something like that. I don't know. Like an item you use on it first that says like when this is corrupted, it will always get a prefix and never break or something like that. I could maybe see something like that possibly. None of those things are planned, and that was all stuff I made up right now on the spot. Just to be clear. Although I do think there's some cool stuff I said, so. You never know. I should really record these things so I have a way to reference them. All right. We're going up. Get another 116. Is that what it said? Can I not math? We do have buzzing too. Yeah, I know. It was the joke. Oh, this is bad. Not that bad, actually. Could have gone a lot worse. 880. We're getting up there. To the moon? Is there a plan for deepening existing content like dinos and exiled mages, etc.? Yeah. Like I mentioned that a little bit earlier. I think that dinos are pretty good. I think there's a lot more in the dino system because that goes all through the rift beast, and there's like woven echoes involved, and mages. There are some woven echoes involved, but I think it's a lot less of a system. There's no secondary zone. There's no like the gear you get from it is really limited. It's just like a single drop that happens basically. I think that there's a lot more room to expand on the exiled mages system and like story and all that sort of stuff than there is in the with the dinos, and I'm very interested in doing that. Okay. Next question. You had said before that it's hard to have mid-league events because you all move on to new stuff. Perhaps an ignorant question, but why can't you like flash drive the game at 145 and then work ahead to season 5, then plug in the 145 back in later and have an event? I hope this makes sense. Yeah, so I mean that's kind of what we have to do. The tricky part is that and plug the 1.4.5 back in later. That line takes a day minimum per person, and like going back the other way takes a day minimum per person. So like that's each person that's involved. That's a full day either side. And there's things you can do to mitigate that. There's things you can do to like make it not quite so bad, and you can like have multiples of them sort of set up in preparation for this sort of thing. But then you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna reserve an extra 700 gigs on my hard drive. And it's because of the library files. And it's basically when you open the editor again, it has to, if you make a large change to the files, when you reopen the editor, even a small change, it has to go through and like look at all the changes and kind of figure out what's happening again. It has to find its bearings. And if you've just changed a few little things, that process takes almost no time at all. If you've changed a lot of things, that process can take like an hour. If you changed like a season's worth of things, that process can take a day. If you have a really amazing computer, you can trim that down a lot, but you know, not everyone on the team does. And the big thing though, that's an issue, is not just that there's like one person that has to go do this. It's that if we're going to change anything in that process, it's all the people that have to go back, make those different changes, because it's not one person making these changes. And then it's the QA staff that have to go back and check things. It's the build machines that have to get sent back to adjust things. It's a whole bunch of things that all happen together. Hey, would you look at that? Let's go do that. So if we prepare for it really well, yes, it is much more viable. We have not prepared for it really, really well. It is not very viable right now. This is something that I'd be really interested in doing for the gap between season 5 and season 6. I really hope we can do something like this. I don't know if we can. That would be a desire I would have. I would really like us to be able to get to a point where we just don't need to do it because we're releasing fast enough. But if we're not, or it looks, and because we're working so much farther ahead than we ever have before, I think we'll be able to see where these gaps are going to be a little bit clearer, and prepare for them and plan mid-season things. We've only ever planned a mid-season thing once, and if we don't plan for it really, really well, it's just not viable to do. So, and sometimes it's the times when we think we're going to be much faster than we are, when it's the most necessary. What is EHG's opinion on the current state of attribute swapping, especially the trend in softcore to go into brutality and rampancy to allow any skill that can scale them one-shot Uber Aberroth going full glass cannon? I know it's pretty ridiculous DPS wise. For example, Harvest goes from 15 million to 300 million DPS with that itemization at the cost of all defenses. Is this a type of radical specialization something EHG likes? I think it's a little too extreme at the moment. I think there needs to be design set in place for bosses to be able to punish that too extreme investment. I think that a lot of the times the bosses we have are just like gameplay systems in general. If you're in a, how do I say this? I think in a ideal situation, we would have extreme glass cannon builds be possible. However, with the understanding that you are opting into a very glass cannon scenario and need to be very, 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 very good technically, mechanically, to make it function. And even then, it's you're taking your life into your own hands and you're saying, I'm not going to get hit, and it's going to be hard not to get hit. And right now it is so extreme that it's not hard to not get hit because you kill things so fast that it doesn't matter. Can I get another lunch? Can't afford it. Why am I clicking it? Is the publishing help limited to that, or is it also affecting marketing and all that too, or is it just limited to tech stuff in-house? Publishing, it's the opposite of what you're assuming here. It is mostly around marketing, and not really around tech stuff.
chance. Submit.
Ward when you create a shadow is nice. Ward when you create a shadow is nice. Ugh. Oh yeah, we're going up here. We get a Weaver Tree point. Nice. We're definitely going up there. Good evening, Mike. Good evening. Oh, I like saying good evening so much. Good evening. I feel like I should be in like a really tall chair and like swiveling chairs slowly. Good evening. Sure, let's get a random unique. I don't know. Why did I hit challenge, not in power? Oh, Mike. There's definitely no other system that we've been testing recently that's caused me to confuse where things are. That's definitely not the case. Good evening, Mike. If this is too long to answer, it's fine to skip. Ooh, I like to read. I would like to know your player stance and not LE dev stance on this question, please. I love player stance. Player Mike's fun. How do you feel about pay to win? Well, good thing. My answers are the same for each person. P2C pay to convenience, P2 EA pay to access or early access, P2 skin just looks styling, P2 excel pay to accelerate. I've never heard some of these terms. Feel free to look at it however you like, but if possible, could you provide your personal take when it comes across as a player in competitive versus non-competitive games? It's not a trap. I'm not the admiral myself. Personally, I love pay to excel in non-competitive and can't afford to pay to win, but if I could in competitive, I wouldn't say no to it. Okay, in a competitive setting where you are, where the primary gameplay systems are, what is my personal skill versus your personal skill, and let's like the whole point of this game is a skill-based check. Like the simplest version of this as a game example I'm gonna give is just chess. There's basically zero entry cost because you can take some rocks and shape them a specific way and you've got a chess set. You know, like draw a grid in the sand and have some specifically shaped rocks and you've got everything you need to play, and there's no way to get an improvement within the rules. And I love this for a purely competitive game. I think this is absolutely the way it should be. I think that pay to skin, and then interestingly enough, this has a pay to skin element to it because you can buy $1 million chessboard probably, and it looks unbelievably gorgeous, and it does nothing functionally to improve your gameplay at all other than just looking really cool. I think that's awesome. You know, it gives don't cross that out yet, Derek. I'm gonna reference it like 8 more times. Thank you. There is yeah, and I think that's totally fine. The early access, pay for early access, I think that's fine too. It's like saying it's not out yet. Like, do you want to pay to get a little bit to get a sneak peek, and when it's out, then you can everyone can play it, sort of thing. Totally fine, I think. I even think it's totally fine if the cost is like less early or more early. It doesn't really matter. It's like that's fine. You're still paying for it. It can be free early and then you have to pay for it when it comes out. It can be paid early and then it's free once it comes out. The opposite. Either way, it doesn't matter. I think it's fine with any of those things. I don't have a really big opinion on which is best. When it comes to non-competitive games, I think things like pay for acceleration and pay for convenience and I guess pay to win become acceptable. If I see those things in a game, I'm never picking them myself. I shouldn't say that. There's some convenience things like I've bought PoE2 stash tabs sort of thing. That's a convenience thing because it doesn't really actually change anything. And yeah, I have no issue with that. It's very effective. I think that may be the only time I've bought. Okay, out there. I think that's maybe the only time I've like really bought things like that in a game. What else in that list? As soon as there's a competitive version to it, though, like as soon as there's a ladder or a PvP element of it where you're actually playing against other players, I'm really not a big fan of pay to win existing in the game, and it's usually enough to make me stop playing. Not always. I also don't want to imply that I think there's anything wrong with PoE2's monetization system. I still play it. I still do it. I still like it. There's nothing wrong with that. It's quite effective. The only thing I wish you could do is I wish you could sell things async without paying for it. That was the one thing that I'm like, I wish you could like actually use the like market system. Yeah, I think they went through that question, most of it. Oh, I'm going. Don't need to actually click on it yet. Nice. Boots. Fresh boots. Don't care about any of this. We really want Omni out of that. I haven't looked at this in so long. I have no idea where I even want to put these. Beast. Crystallized heart. Do we care about that much? Increase repeat chance. This will give us more. Havocs. I think it's the best way to get Havocs first right now. Ooh, another one. We just go for that. Didn't mean to do this. Do we have enough? We're over 1,000, I think. Are we? Maybe not. Oh, 938. We're getting over. We're definitely getting over 1,000 today. And we are going to. We're gonna go look at. Maybe even after this right here, I want to go look and see what a new pair of gloves are on the market because we got 1.4. We're getting a lot more gold a lot faster as we get up in corruption. Is that the secret? Is that what I've been missing out on? Just needed more corruption. All right. It seems like Ellie does a great job of introducing new mechanics, but has significant opportunities to improve gameplay by completing existing systems. What's the root cause, and are you able to leverage Crafton's resources to remedy this issue? I see. Yeah, so this is what I was talking about. This is funny. I'm like just a little bit behind on chat here. Yeah, I think that part of what we're able to do now with leveraging things from Crafton is having people working ahead and getting more time spent in gameplay of the systems that do exist, so that we don't have to go back and fix them later. So I think yes, this is. I agree with what you're saying in that. We do. I think we have good initial ideas, and they don't quite get open prefix, melee attack speed, crit avoidance, frailty on hit. What? These are fantastic. Sweet. I can probably get rid of the crit avoidance on my ring now. Because there's another passive I can take to get more crit avoidance in my passive tree if I have to. We're still at 99. Okay, it's all coming together. Time for minus 20 FE one go. Shh. It's still being upgrade. Yeah, so I think just having more time to sort of like sit and test and play with the systems that we've been developing is the key. And like we just did a play test. One of the major systems, one of the major progression systems coming in season 6, we just had a playtest for 2 days ago. And like it's still using like dev tools to function a little bit. It's got some placeholder UI basically. But it is functional, and it's just a vertical slice, but it is great. And so I think having the time that we're able to spend like refining that is going to make it like pop when it lands. Okay, here we go. Lich's Envy. We only have 4 of those. Not great. That's okay. I think we just go for it. We're just this all the way. Great. Still an upgrade. It's terrible rolls on like everything. So terrible rolls. It's still an upgrade though. We're switching that out. Oh no, we gotta fix our skills now. Oh, I don't know where the points were. Points weren't anything. Not too hard to figure it out. It's not there. It's not there. There? Yeah, it's there. Like this? Yep. Make sure. That probably. Yeah. Okay, we got it. We got there. I can't wait to fix that too. Oh my god, I can't wait to fix that. Let's dump some stuff off at the bank. Okay, we do have a trader's tongue. Oh, should we just corrupt these? That's nice, actually. Okay, we just did this. Can we do it without looking? Yes, we can. Nope, not that one. That one. And we are going to buy a something. Are arena and end loot reward bonuses possible? I avoid arenas not because they're not fun. They are actually the best for most of my builds where all the mobs running at me is good. I don't like arenas solely because loot drops are not comparable. Last season it also included imprints, but this season that's no longer a concern. Yes, it's possible. I don't have anything like lined up, be like it's gonna happen or anything like that.
Yourself now. These ones are sharp.
There's a ton. Okay, let's say 2 LP. Well, that's not bad. 2 LP. What are the stats that we care about? Black crit. What's our crit? What's the compare other one? 12 flat. We've got working with now. There you go. Got it. I got it. Figured it out. We want 2 to skills though. That's important. 2 to deck skills. Okay. 2. And at least 12. What does that do? That's 88. Still worth. 13. Can we become a little choosier? Let's do 15 and 13. What happened? Oh, look at that. Yeah, we'll buy that. We'll buy that too. What happens if I get some money? Something's wrong. Affixes. We want damage. We want damage and attack speed. Damage. Melee fire damage. T7. High roll. Not corrupted. Cheap. Attack speed.
The deadliest dagger is the one you don't see coming.
I know this is very exciting, right? Oh, only the one? Nice one, though. 61 forging potential on it, too? Oh, it's sealed. That almost got me. Okay, let's just see what a perfect rolled damage is. And then we can just figure out other stuff to do with it. Fortune potential, let's say 40. We got an open affix. Suffix. With the pen on it, we could seal that cold, and maybe seal the cold. That's a sick item. That's a sick item. Okay, I should answer your questions. A lot of games have con-like events to hype up new releases. EG planning on doing anything like this for a console release? Would you name this event? Probably not. I don't think we have I would say enough of a consistent and active player base to really leverage a convention itself, like an ExileCon sort of thing. I would love to see us go back to a convention that exists, that we would just be like, 'cause we did a bunch of conventions, and we did releases, we did demos for them, we did new things all the time. We're like, it's the first time we've shown this off. Had special challenges, had rewards, had things like that. Like super all for that. Rune Master, I think we showed up for the first time at a convention. I was in Germany at Gamescom. Would love to go back to that. That was incredible. Yeah. I mean, like this could be the sort of thing that I could see us doing, because like now as part of Crafton, there's probably like booths set up already at lots of these events, and you know, tagging along to be part of that is probably dramatically less costly than getting an entire booth. To ourselves. Yeah, something like this is cheap enough. We can just like go for it. This already has the fire pen. That melee fizz is tier 2. That's really interesting. Okay. We are going to seal this. That's how it's done. Melee attack speed. That's less how it's done. Ah, dang it. I was going to reroll the chill. Close enough. We're gonna go slam that. Hope we don't get chill. Will we have new crafting mechanics for season 5? Not directly. Not really significant. Do we care on this? Take the plot. Let's go. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Come on, one cycle. Oh, that was easy. Well, okay. Stronger than we thought. Which one's better? This one's very slightly better. Oh, we got the attack speed. Ah, useless. Useless. No, 2 points. Max values. It doesn't really change much. Yeah, that one's better. Okay. Well, now we have to do 2. Okay, so 1, we know that one. Where's the other one? This one? Nope. This one. This one, and probably this one. Yes, it's that one. This one, and probably that one. Yes, that one. This one is probably both in here, I think. Yes. This one is up here, and yes, here. Nice. Wonderful. Well, ain't that a nice little bump on yield damage? Okay. The minion. We need to do another one because we got a bad corruption. That's okay. We gotta find something. Do we just put health in the amulet? I think we just put health in the amulet. We can still find better gloves. And we have our boots now to Nemesis. Okay. We have marching orders again. We gotta get to 1,000. The goal here. We gotta get to 1,000. If we can get to 1,000, I will attempt Uber Aberroth next stream. Almost that one. I'm gonna do this one. We should have just won our own Omni.
He has seen your fate.
I think we have a little less damage now, but I think we have a little more attack speed. Actually, it's probably pretty similar damage because the base damage went up a fair bit. Less penetration. Alright. Any news for idols, specifically having general roll ranges for filters, or better yet, breaking and crafting them? Nothing huge on idols changing, I would say, immediately. Sealed, nothing like giant shifts in idol changes coming up here. Little bit of like maybe some new ways to get them. But they're still pretty random. I don't know if we got the. I really would like filtering. I think that's a big thing it's missing. I think we spend a disproportionate amount of time examining them and just looking at them. We'd be like, is that one good? Is that one good? I don't know. Maybe. Oh, 0. We've got a 3 LPI arena imprinted right now. Not tagged. So like, one off perfect for damage. So it's you know, hopefully we get some good drops. We're out of here. We're out of here. Okay, what's this gonna do to us? Are we 16? Take it. Oh, let's go in a circle this time. You described the season 4 teaser video as awesome and season 5 as moody. The moody comment has us all scratching our heads. Moody how? Well, like, I can't really discuss exactly what I meant by that. But like, brooding may have been a better word. Yeah, I like moody. Maybe we'll just become used to the awesomeness. It's pretty awesome too. Are there any plans to significantly update the Weaver tree or break out items into their own trees? I think that yes, there are plans to adjust the Weaver tree. Exactly what that looks like and when that happens, I don't know yet. My goal for the Weaver tree is really simple. It's this node, this node, this node, this node, this node, and this node, all the imprint nodes. Bring them down here. They're now a new panel. And there's, instead of Weaver points being unlocking them, they're either just a threshold number of points invested. So at like 10 points invested, one of them gets unlocked. Or 5 points invested, one of them gets unlocked. At 10 points invested, a second one gets unlocked. At 15 points invested, a third one gets unlocked. You know, just like that's it. Or like you get to pick which one. Or like some way of just being like, they're not in the tree, they don't dictate where you go, but everything else stays the same. That would be my simultaneously quick and dirty and ideal solution, I think, for it. I don't think it needs gigantic changes really. but I would really like to see that change. I think that would be a big. As far as just changes in general to the tree, I would love to see one thing that I really like about, like the difference. Like if we're gonna look at the Atlas tree, for PoE2 and the Weaver tree from last Epoch as like similar systems comparing against each other. One of the things that I do really like about PoE's version is how like doing a specific mechanic helps you do that specific mechanic better. And so there's this link of the gameplay and the rewards you're getting from that gameplay directly, instead of like, okay, I'm gonna do a bunch of arena echoes maybe because they're the fastest for me to do, let's say. Probably not, but like hypothetically, let's say it was. But the most lucrative like end game farming strategy that you have is actually hunting down rift beasts. And so you're doing arenas to like unlock points to put into rift beasts. And I think that disconnect is a weakness that we have that I'd like to change. I think we can do Uber Aberroth. I think we can just do it. I think we're ready. I want to get the amulet, something slammed in there. I'm having a tough time like targeting where I'm going to place the arena down, which is a big part of like maximizing damage, especially on Uber Aberroth. We'll see. 996. We're almost there. We're almost there. One didn't spawn on me. Come on. What's going on here? What is this? A center for ants? How are they supposed to learn to read good if they can't even fit inside the building? All right, what games are you playing right now? Okay, so I've been playing a mixture. So with the approach of Grim Dawn expansion, which I have just started. I was playing Farthest Frontier, which is their other big game. I was, with all the news surrounding it right now, I was playing a little bit of Power World. I've been playing I've been playing D4. I kind of stopped playing PoE2. Mostly because the two friends I was playing with stopped playing, and I got so far ahead of both of them that I think it made them want to play less, because they were like, I'd come in and I'd be like, I'll hold back or something like that. It just wasn't. Once we got like split, I just got so far ahead of that. Once we got split on power levels, it became less fun. And I've been playing some Ocarina of Time randomizer in preparation for what's coming out soon. Very excited about that. My son has been playing Mario Galaxy 2, so I never played that one. That was one I skipped. So I've been like I've been helping him with the levels he can't do. So I've been kind of playing that, I guess. What else have I been playing? Really small amounts of all those things, to be clear. So that's a lot of games, and not much of any of them. Just like listing all the games I've booted up in the last 2 weeks, for even a minute. That was it. I guess I've been playing Duolingo. It's like basically like a game. Right. Any thoughts on including game settings sliders that can reduce things like drop rate, quantity drops, gold drops, etc.? I just find there's an overwhelming amount of loot that drops. So no, I don't think that. I see here that it was already mentioned in chat that loot filters exist. So that, like, you can hide all the gold drops and they'll still drop and it'll still auto pick up first. So if you don't want to see the gold drops but you still want to get gold, you can already do that. That's just in the setting. I don't think that there's a good reason to like a really solid reason to add a slider that's just less things drop and no other change happens. And I think mostly because of the trapness of it, the trap nature of it, where it's like you don't really realize what you've done, and like a new player comes in and does this and they get nothing for it, and the game's just way harder for no real reason. I think if you want to make the game harder for yourself like that, I think the loot filters do can fully facilitate that. Having said all that, I do agree with you that too much gear drops. And we're just gonna fix that. Because yes, right now there is a kind of bonkers amount of stuff that drops, and loot filters kind of required to keep the loot in a situation where it like makes sense at all. And we've really been like, I think, hesitant to do any sort of like smart loot where the game tries to like figure out what you want and specifically give you things that you might want. Maybe because we're worried that it's going to deter people from like finding that oddball piece that spurs an idea that they're going to start a new character in some other class or something like that. But I think we can still do that. And so yeah, we've been looking at ways to do that specifically. Yes. So yeah, this is something we've been working.
I did what I must to protect.
Yeah, like, so I think one thing you get with the loot filter system the way it is, when there's just so much stuff that drops and you have a very high capability loot filter. And for the record, I am also not saying to change anything with the loot filter. In fact, improving the loot filter is the goal here, alongside this. But I think if you're in a situation where you have just a bajillion things dropping and a fantastic loot filter, you can effectively say these are the small fraction of things that I want to see drop, and have those things drop. The exact order that they drop in, and like the what happened, like when you get each one specifically, you can't really dictate. But the general cadence, you can kind of just say, oh yeah, that's my old one. I should slam that into Nemesis. Okay. Is this one of the ones I wrecked? Yeah, it's one of the ones I wrecked. What am I doing here? Needle, come to me. Boss, come to me. So yeah, if we significantly drop the, even if we increase the quality of the average item that drops, when we significantly reduce the quantity, we don't increase item specificity enough to still give you a similar amount of the same useful pieces of items per second or per minute. So we need to layer some other system on top of it, the general item acquisition system, to make item specificity be what you're looking for. That's basically the crafting system, right? So we need to make, if we're going to crater the quantity, bump the quality, we need to make adjustments to the crafting system so it still gets a similar item upgrade rate. Not that we've been talking a ton about this or anything. All right. Are there plans to expand on echo chains, i.e. make your own echo chains? Probably not a make your own echo chains thing. There's definitely, like, frequently comes up the ideas of like, oh, we should make an echo chains out of this. We make an echo chains out of that. Someone earlier this stream was like, make an arena echo chain. So I'm like, yeah, it's a cool idea. I like it. Don't know if we'll do it, but I do like it. Less good starting point. Still worth a shot. See, I think there's room to expand on echo chains a little bit. I think that's the sort of thing that we'll see, just like incremental, like a little bit more. Yeah, sure, a little bit more. Yeah, sure. I do really like where it is. Oh, are there any plans to add or make some more interesting uniques, like the Butcher's Crown, of course, the Anarok, Unstable Core, Permanence of Primal Knowledge? I find that many uniques miss the mark, unfortunately. I mean, yeah, so there's usually there's a few different niches that uniques sit in when we're designing. Very frequently, the goal is to make like uniques that will adjust gameplay pretty heavily. The pull on that is that you don't want to have build defining and build enabling uniques that show up too late without some sort of stepstone for them. Which can be tricky. There's at least one unique. I'd say at least one unique, not lightly, that's coming next season that I think needs to have something done to it because it's a little too bonkers right now. If anyone playing the CT program is watching, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But there's and if you remember this, when the season comes out, you're gonna be like, which one were you talking about, Mike? Because I can't tell. Even if we remove it, you'll still be like, which one are you talking about? Because I can't tell. I'll be like, well, there was 3 others that also could have fit that bill. All right, 1054. We're over 1,000 corruption. That feels great. We're still going though. Like, we're showing no signs of stopping. What's going on here? Okay, we're gonna find a nemesis and slam that Omni in our stash into it. Maybe go down here and get a cemetery, possibly. Hello, can you tell me if the Necromancer Skellies would get more, in quotes, love in the upcoming season? Slightly increased summon limit? Thanks. Slightly increasing the summon limit for skeletons doesn't seem like a more to me. It seems like an increase. So I'll say yes to your first question. All right. Have you considered opening up private leagues where players can pay to make a temporary league? Yes, we have. I think it's cool. I think it's the sort of thing that, like, this falls under the same category as before, where we need to really set up for it. We need to prepare for it. This needs to be a system that we are like designing into the game and saying like a year from now we're gonna start doing this sort of thing, and like we're gonna build the system so that in a year from now we can do it. We haven't even started the designing it so that in a year from now we can do it, sort of thing. Where yeah, like the infrastructure to create that right now is not available. Would love to. It's fantastic. I think we do okay. So I think it does a lot of things. I think it can give an insight into what players are really interested in doing, because one of them can become incredibly popular, and sometimes it can just take someone, you know, taking the initiative to force it to exist, and then people to adopt it for us to go like, oh, okay, maybe we just do this. I think there's like examples of I wish I had a good example of this in my head. I just don't have one right now. 1,000's trickier. Oh, did we do it anyways? Sweet. Okay. There's a lot. I'm sure there are good examples of this out there where mods have caused. Oh, Dota. There we go. The most obvious example ever, where a mod has created like a spin-off for a game. And it's just like like something that a player created, that the player designed, that ended up getting so much popularity that it became the main gameplay, and was eventually adopted officially. Kind of indirectly in that one, but yeah. I'm sure there's other examples too. Look at chat. Are there other examples that I'm forgetting? What's the big obvious one? Prop hunt. In PoE2, my bear druid can turn into a dragon. How are you planning to top that? It's kind of like, is it? So I haven't actually played that build yet. Is it actually a dragon, or is it like a wyvern? It's a dragon. Oh, it's a dragon. Okay. I was gonna say we can make a dragon, but I guess not. I don't know. I think we've positioned our druid to be very I don't know if dragon would fit well on our druid. Kind of what I'm trying to say. I feel like is there something else we like making our own like shark form for druid or something like really out there. Where am I going? Just wandering. As far as just like epicness, I can't. There's really cool epic stuff we want to do, you know, or we're going to do that has been created and approved. Do I not have? I have a feeling that my idols. One might not be showing. Oh no, it is. Come on. Okay. Cool. Do we just go straight here? Do we just bump it up again? Is that the play? Just to the moon? Right to the moon? To the moon. Has Ichi considered having the server backend to consider the client-facing loot filter to generate less stuff? There's Yes. That would make like I see what you're saying, to like actually cause it to be where it's like, oh, if the player's not gonna see this, just don't even spawn it. Yes, that doesn't really solve the problem though, unfortunately, because a big part of the problem is people that either don't want to engage with the loot filter or yeah, we don't want the loot filter to be mandatory, especially as we head into console. When can we have a skeleton T-Rex version for the Necromancer when using the Tyrant Skull? Thanks. Oh, I would love that. I think that would be like a really good way to do that would be with like a there's two ways. I think you could make like a variant unique. I think you could make a I think there's lots of ways you do this actually. Okay, so you can make a variant unique. You could make a specific corruption just for that one item. You could make a I'd love to do the specific corruption. I think that would be a sweet way to do it. You could make a just a cosmetic skin for it. It's tricky because it's like a specific item. It's kind of a little weird to do a cosmetic for. Where is the Nemesis? Dodge rating. I mean, it's not terrible, but I was hoping for a 1LP. Okay, so now we need that's cool. Now we need a corruption that gives plus skills. We need plus skill corruption on it now. It's our only hope. On the topic of too much gear, is EHG happy with players getting full exalted gear before reaching empowered on a fresh character? No! I think the gear ramp up needs to be more considerate, and I think that there needs to be there's like a whole stage in gear acquisition that I think gets skipped entirely, and it's the T6 stage right now. I don't know if this happens to you guys very much, but like you very quickly find like your weapon with a single T7 of the stat you want, because it's so much more powerful and so easy to get that like first little piece of it that you can that you're just like, oh, as soon as I found one, like any T6 gear is gone, and you're just like, hide all T6s sort of thing. I think we're kind of missing out on this, like on this ramp of gear, and you get this big leap that happens, and then you're stuck digging for scraps because you're not actually finding that many upgrades. I think the upgrades per minute rate just drops off a cliff, and then it picks up again, and then it drops off a cliff again. And I think it needs to be. It's fine if it fluctuates. But it needs to be, it's up and it's down, not it's amazing and it's terrible. Okay. Will you introduce any new unique items that give more or less the same effect as the Tyrant Skull for the Necromancer? It would be nice to solo skeleton builds too. Maybe, probably not. I mean, one of the big things we do love about like designs is generally class identity. So having things that are specific and unique to each class is really important. I think if we were going to create a like a visually different version, there wouldn't be a gigantic mechanical difference. There might be like a minor mechanical difference, but I don't think we do a giant mechanical shift, probably. I guess. All right, we'll have to wait and see what happens to this Omni next time. This is gonna be our final push. Oh, we're not going out like that. We're not going out like that. Not happening. Watch me just die again. I have to take these out. Well, on that terrible disappointment, it's time to end. We will do it next time. What did we cap out at? We capped out at 1,112 corruption. Pretty good. Pretty good. I think we're getting pretty darn close to Uber Aberroth. We're not quite at level 100. I kind of want to hit 100. See if we can maybe upgrade this ring now. We got this crit avoidance. Maybe upgrade our gloves more. I don't know. We're gonna look to slam this Omni with something. Oh, that was the problem right there. I didn't have that on. All right. I hope you had fun. I know I did. I will be back same time, same place next week. If you do have a question that I did not answer, I apologize. It was not intentional. Please head on over to our Discord where I'll do my best to answer it there. Oh, big gift drop right at the end. Congrats to everyone who got one of those. That's wonderful. Thank you very much. Staying right to the end pays off, apparently. That was great. Thank you, Sunnif. Very much appreciated. All right. Well, on that opposite of a terrible disappointment, fantastic news. It is time to actually end. One more we're gonna play. That was it. All right, cool. Bye, everybody. Have a great time.